Hello, my loves. Hello, you most amazing individual, you. Thank you so much for tuning in to my Motivational Monday Podcast. My name is JoyAmor, and I am your resident fat girl. I am your host. Thank you so much for being here. Listen, give yourself a hand, literally. Listen, I'm not going to be the one that sits here and gives you a lot of fluff and all that. I'm going to shoot straight with you because I know your potential, and we're going to go straight to the moon. Listen, real quick, you know how I like to do. Let me get my housekeeping out the way. So first of all, if you are new, this is JoyAmor's channel, but your community. Monday Motivation Podcast is strictly audio. All I ask is that you lend me your heart, but not your visual attention. So if there's something else that you need to get done, like cooking or cleaning, just put me on in the back. But make sure you can hear me and make sure your heart is open and ready to receive, because this word that I have for you is life-changing. Everything that we talk about here, this is a safe space. Majority of the time, I'm preaching to myself. I'm not airing anyone's laundry other than my own, in full transparency. What I need you to do right now, to please, it's free. It costs nothing. If you can just please make sure you're hitting the subscribe button, make sure you're hitting the like button, and also share this podcast. Listen, I'm a chubby chocolate drop. There's enough of me to go around. Please share me. This is important, you know. Share this with someone who you know can really, really get a lot out of this, okay? I want you guys to be active in the chat. Please don't just sit there and listen. I want you to be active in the chat. And I also want you to make sure that you're commenting and letting me know that you're here on the Monday Motivation Podcast. Now, last week, we talked a lot about the 2020 vision. Making sure that we're clearing off our glasses, because sometimes they get a little foggy, if you know what I mean. So we have delved right into 2020. We are more than halfway through. And if we set goals at the beginning of the year, sometimes they may have gotten foggy. They may have completely fallen off. There may have come up something in life that caused for us to have to change those plans that we were so sure about making come into reality this time. So we're going to talk a little bit about SMART goals. In this series, I think over our next couple of moments that we have with each other, we're really going to get some work done. And it's not even going to be work. I'm telling you, once you become intentional, then you become habitual. So success, it's not something that you have to do as an afterthought. Success will become muscle memory that you will continuously, no matter what, make sure that you're setting your goals. And even beside yourself, you will be achieving those same goals that you are specifically working hard toward to set. Okay, so let me just, when I talk to you guys, I have a lot of people that ask me questions, and I know that I have some highly intelligent queens and kings with that listen to my Monday Motivation Podcast. So I'm not talking down to you in any way. I'm just explaining some things that I usually get questions about later that people may not be familiar with. Now, in the corporate world, SMART it's an acronym, and it's used a lot with doing like accomplishments and goals, etc., etc. So the acronym stands for specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound. So for me, I don't like to say relevant. I like to say reachable. That's just me. I know attainable is one thing, but I like to say reachable. And the reason why we want to make sure that those goals are specific, measurable, attainable, reachable, and time-bound is because we've got to have momentum. And anybody who knows, once you accomplish a goal, even if it's a small thing, it gives you momentum and it makes you want to, become habitual, right? Every time someone looks at the word habitual, a lot of times they think that it's a negative, but it's really not. So what I told you the homework was for last week was to make sure that you rewrote your vision. I want you to go back. Well, I wanted you last week to go back, but there's still time if you haven't done it yet. I want you to go back and look at your visions and your plans and your goals of what you had that you wanted to do for 2020. It's still not over. We've still got time, and we are still going to accomplish some of our goals. No matter what hell and high water that we are going through, we are going to get to where we want to be, y'all. When I talk to you, I want you guys to know that I'm talking to myself, because I'm operating sometimes from a place of hurt. I'm operating sometimes from a place of loss, but I'm still dealing with those things, and I'm still going past them. I'm going beyond them. I'm moving through them, and you can do the same thing. I want you to know that no matter what anyone has told you before, no matter what has happened to you last time, no matter what you've gone through, you are amazing. You can leverage your experience to get you through and to that mountain. So therefore, your mountain is not only, what you're going through in your life, your difficult place, your mountain is also your victory. So look at your mountain and tell it, listen, you're not going to stand in my way, because between me and you is my victory and my prize, and I'm going to overcome you. So listen, it doesn't matter what your mountain is. I'm telling you, you can do it. You've done it before. You'll do it again, and we're going to do it together, and we're going to get to where we need to be. Okay, so what I want you to do is make sure that you've got you a pen and a piece of paper at all times. If you got to get 40 different pieces of paper or pen, listen, I've done everything from the ghetto workbook, which is a piece of paper folded and stapled that I've gotten, like just plain white paper, computer printer paper. I've used that. I've went into Marshall's. Anybody who knows Marshall's, Ross, TJ Maxx, when you're standing in line at the checkout counter, they've got nothing but a whole bunch of journals with empty pieces of paper. They've got things for you to write on. You're going to need something to write on. Don't rely on yourself to remember. So that's step number one. We're talking about setting our goals. We're talking about overcoming difficulties that have stood in the way of our goals. And we're talking about revision, right? We are still having some of those same visions that for whatever reason we weren't able to accomplish those same goals, those same realities that we held in our mind for ourselves. We are still going to work towards those. We have not lost those. I want you to understand me. I don't care what it is. We are not letting it go. We're going to do it. And we're giving ourselves a deadline, and we're going to accomplish what we need to accomplish. You are the same person who has overcome every single challenge that someone told you that you couldn't overcome. You still did it in your way, in your time, and you still have time to do it again, period. So I don't want to hear it, because we're moving on, right? Okay. Make sure you've got your pen and your piece of paper. Make sure you've got your notebook with you at all times. Keep one in the car. Keep one in the house. Keep one in the bathroom. Keep one next to the bed. Keep one in the kitchen. Keep one under your pillow. Always have something to write with, because you never know when you're going to be inspired. I literally woke up in the middle of the night last night without being able to see, and had to come scribble and write down on a piece of paper a vision and a dream that I have. So make sure that you're keeping score. You're keeping track of your visions, right? That's going to be a part of our being specific and being measurable. Okay, so if you did rewrite your visions, right? And I also want, really quick before that, I asked you, do you allow yourself room to make mistakes and recover? I want you to make sure that you revisit that from last week. If you didn't hear last week's, listen, you've got to go and listen to all of them, because it's going to give you momentum to take action and be where you need to be. I'm telling you, this is good stuff, y'all. People charge hundreds of dollars. I know, because I done went to it and listened to it, and I'm giving it to you for the free $99. So you got to take advantage of this, right? One of these days, we will have a workshop where we can work one-on-one together in a group setting to get some things done. But for today, we're going to be listening to this podcast. But listen, I'm going to go back and listen to this when I'm done. Okay, so now that we've gotten our giving ourselves some leniency, giving ourselves some room, and we've rewritten our visions and we've been clear about what it is that we want. Let's talk about how do we make changes, okay? So listen, if you're writing things down, write down the acronym for SMART goals, okay? We're going to revisit that, okay? So just stay with me. So the acronym for SMART goals, this is setting your goals. This is setting your vision, accomplishing your vision, right? Specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, time-bound. Relevant for me has been interchangeable with reachable. That's just for me, okay? So what I want you to do is that we don't have to talk about every single vision and every single area of our life at the very same time, right? We're not trying to do 2 million things because y'all, please listen. I need WD-40 for this chair. Y'all know that. That should be on my vision. Get a new chair, girl. Okay, anyway. So we're not trying to do every single thing at once, but we can start with one vision. So let's just start with one area, okay, that we want to change. And we're going to set SMART goals to change it. Before we set our SMART goals, we have to think about a few things. Number one, you have to ask yourself, what is my current situation in this area? I want to change an area. I have a vision for that area. But before I get to the end, I've got to start at the beginning. And the beginning is, what is my life and my situation? What is the truth in this area? Tell it like it is. It's just you. It's nobody else's business. This is you and Jesus. You and your creator. Let's have a conversation. What is the truth about the situation, right? Okay. Then the next thing, because listen, this is a series of questions that we're going to be asking ourselves and answering, so that way we can get to our SMART goals, our objective, and our vision, right? Our revision, because we starting over. Even 7 months in the year, we starting over. And we not waiting until August 1st, y'all. We're doing this July 20th, okay? We're starting right now. So what is the situation that I'm in? What's this area of my life that I want to see growth, that I want to see change, that I'm fed up? What is the situation? What have I done to put me there? I don't want you to spend forever with that, okay? But what specific things can you be accountable for? What actions, okay, have put you there? Be specific. Okay? Then we're going to talk about we're going to ask ourselves, what do I need to do in this area to create change? Okay? It's about standards and rituals. What standard have I set to say that this is okay? And what rituals or what things have I done? What things do I do repeatedly? What things do I do repeatedly that keeps me in this situation? That's what we have to ask ourselves. Once we've moved on from that, okay, so remember, you've written down giving yourself some leniency, giving yourself room to make a mistake, giving yourself time to grieve a loss, whatever you need to do, get yourself together. Then you're going to rewrite your vision so you're clear about what area is it, because we're trying to create lasting change, okay, because we're tired of starting over. So we're going to create consistent, lasting change, okay? We're rewriting our vision. What got me here? Well, what is the situation that I'm in? What got me here? What's going to get me out of here? After we've done that, our SMART goals. Specific, not generalized. Specific goals. Okay? I want you to come up with 3. And this is how I want you to do it. Short term, that's within 30 days. Midterm, within 6 months. Long term, within 12 months. Specific, measurable, What does that look like for you when you're creating change in that area? How are you going to measure going from point A to point B, right? Attainable. You can do it. That's where I'm going to come in. Because I'm going to hold you not just accountable, I'm going to let you know it's attainable. If you can think about it, if you can manifest it in your life, if you know in your heart that it's your calling, it's your purpose, it's your destiny, it's attainable. Time is out for us sharing our dreams, our goals, our visions with people who don't support us, with people who don't find value in us. We have got to see our own value first. We don't need to consult anyone for our value. All of our goals are attainable. You can attain your goals. Your goals will be specific. You will measure them. They will be attainable. They're going to be relevant and reachable. They're within your reach. They're within your grasp. You're going to set a time. That's it. So what I want you to do is to work really, really hard on doing this, because this is what each and every time that I've wanted to create lasting change in my life, I've revisited the same formula. If you can master this formula, you will find yourself doing it over and over and over and over again. And one of the most important things, this is a bonus. I'm going to give you this as a bonus real quick. If you ask yourself, listen, Joy, you don't know what kind of rut I'm in. You don't know how many times I've tried this before. You don't know how many times listen, I get it. I understand. What I want you to do is think of the most challenging thing that you have ever been through in your life, in your past. I want you to write it down. You got to write it down, because if you keep it in your mind, it's not real. When you write it down and you read it, then you can acknowledge for what it is. Think about one of the most difficult times in your past, in your life. Okay? You got it? Okay, write it down. Once you've written it down, I want you to ask yourself, what got me there? What were the situation and the circumstances that got me there? How did I get out of it? That same you that mustered the strength to deal with that situation and get through it and be stronger is that same you that's going to take a look at these revisions that we about to revisit and launch them into our purpose. We are walking into our destiny and walking into our purpose. Listen, the time is out for thinking about what I shoulda, woulda, coulda, what I wanted to, but I didn't, what I tried but didn't work, what was stolen from me, what I was cut short of, what was taken advantage of me, what I didn't have, what hurt me, what I lost. The time is out for that, because we have nothing but opportunity and time. We can do it. You are amazing. If nobody ever told you that you are loved, if nobody ever told you that you are valued, if nobody gave you the strength that you needed to carry on, I know a God who will. And I know that from now on, moving forward, we're going to focus on our future. You can do it. I believe in you. We're going to set our goals. We're going to accomplish them. Hopefully next week, I want us to talk a little bit about making visuals, right? Because we're still on this thing about vision. 2020 is the year of the vision. You will produce what you see. What are you looking at? I want you to ask yourself, what are you looking at? Whatever you're looking at is where you're going. That's why your vision is so important. And that's why that's the first thing that gets obscured When you're on the road and you're on your destiny, you're on your way to your purpose, the vision gets cut first. Because if you can't see where you're going, you can't get there. It's our responsibility to make sure that we are guarding our vision. You've got to put whatever you need to put, blinders, whatever you need to put to make yourself have tunnel vision. You got to keep your tools ready and easily accessible so that your vision is not obscured. And even if it is, it's okay because you are prepared to clean it up. You can do it. I believe in you. I'm here for you. We're going to work through it. We're going to do it together. Listen, go get you some magazines, get you a poster board, get you a piece of paper, get you a cardboard box, get you some glue sticks from your kids' bedroom. You know they got some. Get you some letters. Get whatever you need. Gather it together. Get your tool. Now listen, next week I'm going to ask you, did you rewrite your vision? Did you write down your SMART goals? You got a lot of homework to do, I know. But I'm going to do it with you. And it's going to be me and you. And at the end of this, you're going to tell me, wow, look what we've done. Look what we've accomplished. We can do it. It's going to happen. It's not a matter of if. It's a matter of when. You can do it. You deserve it. You got this. You're in the situation that you're in for a reason. We don't have time to be stuck. We gotta go. Right? Listen. Thank you for lending me your heart. Thank you for lending me your ears. Please get down in the comments and let me know that you're gonna be setting your SMART goals. I would like to know one of your goals if you want to share them with me. If not, just put SMART. Put SMART goals. So I know that you're listening, that I know that you're engaged. Please talk to me, because when you talk to me, that lets me know and that encourages me to keep going. I love you guys. You mean the world to me. Listen, make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure that you're sharing this with someone who needs to hear it. Let me know what is your revision for 2020. Let me know where we're going, because we're going together. You're not on this ride alone. Remember, beauty is a state of mind, not body. My mind is stuck on gorgeous. What are you thinking? I want to know. You are amazing. You're going to kill it. You got this. Go get it done. I'll see you same time, same place next week. Let's make it happen. I love you. Mwah. Have a great week.